My name is Gregory Nell. I am a welding engineer here at Naval Surface Warfare Center, Carderock Division. In the Structures and Survivability Branch, we have a welding automation laboratory that is dedicated to gas metal arc welding and gas tungsten arc welding. We utilize the robotic arm to further evaluate the scientific knowledge of the Navy for specific materials and filler materials as far as the mechanical properties go. So in order to scientifically evaluate per the scientific method, we need to isolate each type of variable, and robotic welding allows us to do that. We are able to isolate any kind of welding variable that we need to analyze, whether it be amps, volts, travel speed, or heat input, or interpass, or preheat. It's important to have this laboratory at Carderock to maintain our scientific excellence and our technological edge when it pertains to the implementation of new technologies as far as robotic welding goes. One of the benefits of robotic welding is actually taking the welder out of a hazardous environment. So if we have an enclosed environment, such as a tube, we can actually just put a robot in there and take all the environmental hazards away from the welder, not only keeping him safe, but keeping his longevity as much as possible. With having a robotic operator within the loop for a Navy applications, we have a low volume, high mix environment, which is opposite of the automotive environment that has a high volume, low mix environment that's stamping one component or welding a seat bracket for 1,000 times each week. We have each different section that we weld is different from the last one. Might be just a little bit, but it's enough to mess up the robotic code that we program into the program loop. You need to understand welding to actually program the welder. And where do we get the robotic operators? We try to get them from the welding field that actually can have software background. The Lego competition here on base is to get that next generation of personnel interested in robotics, whether or not be welding or otherwise. If the next generation becomes excited about robotics, whether or not be the Lego competition or otherwise, we need more personnel within the workforce to actually get excited about robotics, because the average age of the welder is 57 years of age from the last survey study I've seen. And that's going to lead to a major shortage of personnel in the welding community in a very short period of time. How do you make up for shortage of personnel? You have to add in automation. So tech warrant holders are component owners for the ships. Each tech warrant holder has a specific job function of the ship, whether or not it be hull, mechanical, or electrical, whether or not it would be structural, whether or not it will be whether or not it's fabrication, whether or not it's welding, whether it's brazing, whether it's soldering. So what we do with the tech warrant holders with this robot is help give them information to reduce the risk for the Navy that further enhances our production capability to get our ships on time, under budget, and above the acceptance criteria that the Navy has set forward. Here at the Welding Automation Laboratory, we consider ourselves the linchpin between NSWC and both private industry and public shipyards. We are the subject matter experts in the Navy when it comes to automation and the implementation of new technologies.